Good evening and welcome. I'm Bob Pace. I'm your host to fight CPS and stop taking our children. I want to welcome you, a warm welcome. I know you parents out there have really gone through a lot, and you're dealing with one of the worst agencies to deal with, and I want to try to help you. I'm a father of 6 children. I'm also a husband of 32 years. And unfortunately, I had CPS interfere in my life and upset my family and tore my family apart and trafficked our children into foster care, took our children that weren't in imminent danger and created more danger for them. And this happened. I've been fighting CPS for 15 years. 3 years of the 15 years is when they stole my children. And it took me 3 years to get them back. So I'm here to help you with some rules that will help you. I have about 4 of them. Some cases, what type of social workers that you're going to experience, and what to do. I mean, this is something that has upset your life. It is so tragic, so tragic. I am welcome you to this podcast. I'm going to try to notify we have 2 people that have come in Sims and Hayes Harris. And also Santiago. I remember you, Santiago. You've been here before. I'm contacting the people that that may not have got the podcast. I just contacted Nadia, and she's from West Hollywood, California. Now we're going to contact Faye, who's from Richmond, Kentucky. And then we're going to contact Danielle, who was my co-host but has dropped out. She has computer problems, but she's in Georgia. All right, I've contacted those. Again, I warmly welcome Edna Sims. This is terrible. They did the same thing to me, and they took my kids. They didn't let me have a conversation with them and placed on with this is terrible. They did the same thing to me. I'm so sorry, Sims. What state, country, or city you from? And I'm so sorry you guys have come in. I'm glad to see you tonight. I want to welcome Hayes Harris. Yes, the Department of Children Family Service is dirty, and the judge. I agree. I'm so sorry. I want to know what city and state you're from. And Santiago Labera Ryan, hi. I want to welcome you. Can I get a free consultation with me? Well, you can right now talk to me if you want to call in. I'll put my number up, and we can talk about your case on the show, and other people can help you. Harris says, stop taking our kids and putting them in more danger. I agree. Harris says, my son is Caucasian and I'm African American and I want my son back now. I agree. Edison, she's from Chicago, Illinois. Where are the rest of you from? The city, the state, or country would really help. Okay, San Diego, you're from California. Welcome. And you're born in Chicago, Hayes Harris. But where's your case? Where's your case? And so glad to have you here. Now, several ways to react with this podcast. One way is just by listening. Right now, the room is with 15 people, and only three of you are sending me comments. So that's all right to listen. I'm glad you're in here. Another way is to text me comments like some of you are already doing. And when you text in comments, try to be um, your comments pertaining to CPS, the Child Protection System. Every state is different. But when I say CPS, I mean the Child Protection System, which is a branch of social services. They're supposed to protect our children from neglect and abuse. And if the family is broken apart, they're supposed to do family reunification. They're supposed to bring the family back together. I don't know if CPS is doing that this lately. Also, please display your name, your city, your state, or country. And I have right now 15 countries that have around the world that have texts and comments. I've had South Africa is my most recent one of the provinces there. Also in the continent of Africa, I've had Liberia on the west coast of northern Africa. I've had Rwanda, which is in Central East Africa above South Africa. I've had Mozambique, which is above South Africa, below Somali, and across from Madagascar. Also, I've had Bangladesh in India and New Delhi, India. I've had Bangladesh, which is a separate country, and then India, I've had New Delhi, India there. And so that is great. I've also talked to Ghana in South America. They have a town on the coast called Georgetown. They're above Brazil, east of Venezuela. Then there's Europe, and I've had Sweden and Denmark, United Kingdom, in England, Scotland, Wales. I've had Canada several times, the East Coast, the West Coast. So Canada's text comments in here. Also, I've heard from Australia, the land down under there. And so all these countries have texted me comments. So it's open around the world. I've heard from every 50 state, including a territory, Washington, D.C. And I want to welcome you all. So try to be complete with your case when you text it into me. Do it one big paragraph. All I really need to know is the status of your family. Are you a husband, wife? Are you married? Are you girlfriend, boyfriend? Are you partners? Are you just lovers? How many children you have? And are they boys, all girls? Is the same parent the same parent of the children? We can have multiple children with multiple different parents. You could be a single mom. Just tell me what your family is. And then what were the allegations they took your children? And then how did they take the children? Did you give them to CPS? Did they have a court order and demand them out of your home? I want to know that. And then lastly, where you're at on your case. Where you at in your case so I can help you. So please text in the comments. Now, Jessica Thompson is from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Welcome, Jessica. Glad to have you. And Hatisis Harris in Chicago Court and Hamilton Court is where his case is. San Diego's from California, and it doesn't make it through. I'm sorry. Fan, and she's from Richmond, Kentucky. Faye, I'm so glad to have you here, Faye. And she's been a regular in this room. And you may have seen something different. Tonight I'm with a coat and tie. I hope that looks a lot more professional, and I hope you like it. San Diego says further, I'm calling, but the cell fails. All right. Is it your cell or my cell? Hold on, Santiago. Hold on. Let me double check it. Let me see. It should be working. All right. Sounds. I have no idea why it's not working here, but now we should be able to find out. I think someone called me and I'll try the. Hello there. Is this Santiago?
Please hang up and try your call again later.
Someone from 951 called in, area code 951, and it says it's no good number there. Santiago, if you just called in, please call in again. My phone is working. I've already tried to. It's not answering their 951. I have called you. It didn't answer. But I did try to call you. I'm trying to find out what some of these people. I'm going through my phone right now and okay, the phone seems to be working. So if you're all trying to call in, that's the second way. I'm going to move from the comments to the phone number. Now, besides comments or listening, you can also call in at 626 698 0990, and I gladly will talk to you. Please call in, Santiago. Okay, Santiago, I called 888 triple eight triple 6582. Try that again. It is working. It is working, Santiago. It should work and get you in here. My phone is on, and I just went through all my numbers and checked. Now, let's see. Harris says, I'm a single man. They took my son for racist and hate. I'm going to sue the pants off this devil, DCFS, for putting me and my special needs son through so much trauma. Well, I'm sorry they did that. Now, what you can do is you can call in and talk on the show, and we can work through this. Same thing with Santiago. He's trying to call in too. I'm sorry about the racist remarks, but you cannot sue CPS until your case is over. If you have a case ongoing, you won't be able to sue them till your case is over. So it's really important that you understand that. And if you're going to sue anybody, you need an attorney. It's really difficult for you to file a lawsuit. It really is. And I tried. I've tried to defend myself, and I tried, and it wasn't until I got an attorney that I was able to get my kids back. I'm not saying you have to do that. I mean, income is important, and if you all you can do is for the court attorney, but be aware that the court appointed attorney will not fight for your case. They have no motivation. They have a caseload of 30 or more clients. They won't even talk to you ahead of court date. They talk to the day of the hearing. There's no motivation for court attorney to fight. They're not, they're not experienced in juvenile family dependency law. Juvenile family dependency law. That's the area that you're involved in. You're in dependency court where they hear family matters and juvenile matters. That's called dependency court. And it's so hard to explain, because you think you can do it. But I use the analogy that if you need open heart surgery, are you going to do it yourself? You're going to get a plumber? Or are you going to get a auto mechanic? Or are you going to get your neighbor or your spouse to open your heart up? No, you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to get a professional doctor. A doctor's been in medical school, that, has done an internship, that did a mentor before he started opening the heart. Same way with CPS. You need a professional attorney. They're the worst people to fight with, the worst people to take your kids, and they don't care about your civil rights or your constitutional rights. They're a terrible group of people. Now, let me see how more comments in here. I don't know why it's not working either, San Diego, because, Faye, if you're listening, can you call my number and see if you get in, please? Faye, if you're listening, can you call my number, please? Faye, if you're listening, can you call in, please? I'm going to check with Faye and see if she can call in. Now, another way that you can be on my show is be a guest. I'd love to have you as a guest. And to be a guest on the show, what you need to do is you need to schedule as a guest and send an email to my show producer. Her name is Grace, and she can be reached at grace@vincentwdavis.com. That's grace@vincentdavis.com. I have no idea why you're not able to get in to my phone. Now, all you have to do is pick one of my 14 shows. I'm on every morning at 10 o'clock except Sunday. This morning I was on at 8. And I'm on every evening at 7 o'clock. And that's for 1 hour in the Pacific Standard Time. So all you tell Grace is I want to be on Bob's morning show on Monday, or I want to be on Bob's Sunday show in the evening, or I want to be on Bob's Friday morning show. So that's all you have to email her. She'll take care of the rest. She'll help you with the link to SteamYard. Now that's the application I'm using. I am on YouTube and using SteamYard as my application. SteamYard is my application. So all you do is email to Grace at vincentwdavis.com and she'll give you the link and tell you what you can do on the podcast. Okay. Harris is saying, yes, the court's attorney is a state attorney and not helping me. He's a court appointed attorney. I had a paid attorney and this attorney, and I paid him friend with the juggle, and she never did nothing to him. He never did anything. I'm confused, Harris. I need some explanations. Please, if you guys could call in, that'd be great. Harris now says, if another crime was filed, how can I know? Well, you go to your court and you look up your name and you'll see all the cases that you have. All you do is you go to the court, go on the internet, type in your name, and type in your name, and you'll see all the cases. You see traffic tickets, you see stuff you probably never saw before. Can anybody call in to my number and see if it's working? I'm going to put it up again because some of the people said they've tried to call in and it isn't working. Here it is. It's 626. Oh, I know what the problem was. Okay. Santiago, you called the wrong number. It's 626-698-0990. The 888 is my office that'll get in touch with Mr. Davis if you wanted to schedule a consultation. The number you want to call in is 626-698-0990. Santiago, that's the number of Vincent Davis, the office, if you want to have a consultation. It's 626-698-0990. You're calling the wrong number. Good. Keep trying to call, Santiago. Well, if you're having trouble with judges, you can go to the state judicial department, file grievance. You can file grievance against judges. What is my number? My number is 626-698-0990. It's in blue. There we go. Now we got somebody. We have 708. We have 708. Who am I talking to?
Hello.
Hello, who am I talking to?
Hi, I'm Letitia Harris.
Oh, I'm glad you called, Etitius Harris. And my phone is working. Santiago was calling the wrong number.
All right. First it was busy.
Okay.
DCFS is dirty. I've been a foster parent for 30 years, and I adopted my first little boy, and I love him with all my heart. I love all of my kids. And he's special needs. They told me he was just ADHD because he was doing some things that's not normal. And I'm a very strong parent. I work for the railroad. I've been there 20 years. So they finally decided to test my son. When they tested him, they told me he was just ADHD. The lady brought him back to me on her leg because he didn't want to stop.
The dinner is in the refrigerator for you.
Toys. And they ended up taking
sandwiches,
my son for no reason.
A salad,
the investigator
cake,
was white and
Coke.
Caucasian. She was racist.
You're included.
I could see it through her. We had an appointment for
Love
Monday
you, son.
at 5:30. And this lady just, got mad and she started searching and try to hurt me. I didn't get along with the psychiatrist because I wanted something done. I wanted some help for my son. Not just give me the medicine. This man out of 8 years never ran one test on my son, and they took my son. They put my son in a foster care home. They took his phone. He had an Apple phone 11. They took it. I can imagine what my son was going through seeing another kid with his phone and can't even get his phone. We just had a mediation, and the kid texted me, "Honey, you took my phone." When I got off that mediation call, I was like, "You are not my son." That a foster parent should be ashamed of herself. I'm not the foster parent that mistreat kids. I had many kids in my home, and I slaved for DCFS cooking 8-9 cheeseburgers because my heart go out for kids that's not with their biological parent. I know some foster parents just want to adopt the kid and forget the mother. I'm not that type of mother. I think every kid should return home back to their biological mother. I don't care how much they love me. I'm not your mom. But if your mom is not there, I am there for them to teach them. I decided to start adopting 3 girls and 3 boys, and then I was done. I'm 49 years old. I work hard at the railroad. My son is killing me every day. I cry. I break down. For Christmas, I buy him a Nintendo Switch, a PlayStation 5, plus many toys. And after this judge, the caseworker asked if her name could not be mentioned during court, and the judge kind of ignored it for a minute. Then this lady said, yes, the caseworker is the one that I have to communicate with in order to get my son back. This is what the judge did. They so dishonorable. They don't have no respect for me. I've played for y'all for 30 years, and I'm one of the good foster parents that take good care of the kid.
Well,
They take good care of the kid. I don't understand. I hate DCFS. They are wrong. When I see the kids getting hurt on TV, I just sit there and cry because it hurt me to my soul. And I'm one of the good foster parents, and they done this to me. I am in the process. I had a lawyer. The lawyer told me that he was friends with the judge. The judge never done nothing to him. He never done nothing to her. So basically what he was telling me, he's not going to represent me. I had to get my $3,000 for him. I've been searching for a new lawyer through legal aid. This lady hasn't stepped up yet. She said she's withdrawing the case. I think they got it to the point with trial. I am shaking. My son I'm so sweet till he started taking over me. And I hope my son has learned his lesson that mommy is there for you. Mommy loves you. You have to stop doing the things you do because this is what come in and this is what takes place. These people took my son's cell phone in the foster mother should be ashamed of herself. As a foster parent, I would have never let my biological child, no foster child, take another child's possession. When he left, he would have took his stuff with him. They are putting my son through more trauma. So I'm at the point I need my job because I don't have Section 8 that will pay my bills. But I'm a strong mother. I love my son with all my heart. Otherwise, I would be coming after this judge. I wouldn't care. I'm getting to the point I don't care. Bitch, you took my son
Well,
for no reason.
yeah, ma'am, I'm going to try to help you. Try to listen to what I have to say. First of all, you're with a very corrupt agency. The agency doesn't care about you or care about foster care or anything else. The agency is only interested in making money off your children. That's all they care about. The judge is crooked. If the judge is bad, you can write to the state, whatever state you're in. What state are you in again? I forgot.
I'm in Chicago, Illinois.
All right. You go to the state of Illinois and you can make a complaint against a judicial judge. You can look it up. You just say the judicial judge, state of Illinois, how to file a complaint. And you can do that. Now, the judge, if you have a court-appointed attorney, a lot of people don't realize this. Once you use a court-appointed attorney, and you usually given one if you can't afford one, you need to remove that court-appointed attorney to talk in court. You will not be allowed to talk in court with a court-appointed attorney. And if you have a real attorney, you're supposed to talk to them. See, the only time you can talk in court if you're pro se, that means you're defending it yourself. So anytime
they won't let me, sir. This attorney, I had one at first. One day I went to court. They was in another courtroom, and I'm in court, and they told me it was heard on Zoom all the time. They in another room. They didn't let me in. So I told her that I wanted a new attorney. She gave me a state's attorney. I believe in my heart. This man won't even hear the case out. He's not doing anything for me. So I told him, you racist. I finally seen him in the mediation. He's straight Caucasian. The man look racist. So I don't have an attorney. Court is tomorrow morning at 9:30. I have to get on my knees tonight after I take my shower and tell the Lord, please help me in this court hearing because I don't have any more strength not to go off on this judge. You gave me a state attorney that won't even hear my case, so I'm alone.
That's why you have to. That's why you have to. You have to have a real attorney. And I know right now you can't afford one, but if you're going to use a court-appointed attorney, keep in mind they won't fight for you. You can replace the court-appointed attorney. If you don't like the way he's performing, you can ask for another. But I'm telling you right now.
She told me that's it. She told me that's it. She said after this attorney, because this is the second one, she said she won't give me another one. So, sir, I work for the railroad. I'm very strong. I can stand alone. They don't have a case. The three things that they said, they don't have a case. My son eats steak. My son eats lobster. You know, this lady never walked in my house to check my refrigerator. Where is your professional pictures if you say I don't have any food? On their phones automatically take pictures. She never came in here. All of the three things she lied because my son is white. But I had my son since he was 4 months. He's going to be 12 years old on the 31st. They lied in court. This last court appearance, they said I had an outburst, which I did. The transcripts will show all of that. I want to sue the pants off of these people. The transcripts will show that I didn't have an outburst. The judge has set up a mediation. They have lied. I haven't seen my son in almost 4 months. I am going crazy. She said the judge said I have to see psychiatrist, I guess, somebody to make sure I'm not crazy. During the mediation, I took over it. Everybody was quiet as a mouse. Like, this lady is very strong. She's very smart. You know, and the supervisor of the case was like, let me make her feel better. After they took my son's phone. He get an allowance. I used to work in the group home. They get like $8. So I put $1,000 on the Go Henry card, and they said I can bring it to them while the caseworker will take my son shopping. So I'm going to email her. The mediation set it up where we emailed each other. They haven't sent a letter or anything about my son. I stare at my phone to see if they said anything so I can get my son back. But my son, seeing how sweet I was, how I bat him the world, he started trying to take over me. This is my last fight, sir.
John, I have dinner for you. It's in the refrigerator. I have a salad, and I have sandwiches, and I have chocolate cake, and I have Coke. It's in the white refrigerator.
He there for him when his own parents not there. He's seen how sweet and nice I am. I have about 10 foster kids that's ready to go to trial. I don't even know when trial is. I think we at that point. I don't know nothing about this case because the judge blocked me out of everything. And I'm African American, she African American. I'm sick of them sitting up there saying that your kids is in good care and they not. These people have took my son's cell phone, they put him in the home.
Right.
I'm like, please don't put him in the home,
Yeah.
put him in the residential.
Can we stop for a
I
moment,
my son.
ma'am? Can we stop for a moment because I have 9 comments that come in and I need to include them in this conversation here. Faye from Richmond, Kentucky, has said some important things that may help you. Yes, they had my parental rights hearing with me and not being allowed to be involved. They did that. Even though I was at other dance in that court lobby and our judge intervened, I was there. Now, Una, Francie, I don't know where you're from. I need help. Meet with Vincent Davis, please. What is your city, state, and country, Una? And I can give you the number for people that want to talk to Mr. Davis. It's 888-888-6582. And all you could do is call him and you want to have a strategy meeting with him. He charges $60 for 30 minutes. So, Una, I don't know where you're from, but call that number and schedule a thing. Faye further says, yes, they're not required to appoint you a second attorney. If you file your first free attorney in Kentucky, the courts do not have to give you another free attorney. Now in California, they'll give you, one guy had 13 attorneys that he had to go through. But in Kentucky, they don't. Faye further says they altered transcripts, unfortunately. Yes, Faye, you're right. They do alternate the records. And Daniel Collett, welcome. Is that Donald Trump? Well, some people have said I look like Donald Trump. I have a hat. I wear the hat. It may freak you out there, but I have been told that I do look like Donald Trump. Santiago, have you still tried to call in? Do Vincent's office provide a fee concessions? Well, Vincent Davis will charge you to talk to him $60 for 30 minutes. And if you want to talk to him about a retainer to have him defend your case, I know Santiago in California, he will talk to you about that. Now, I have Miss Harris on the phone, who's trying her best to have her special needs son not be taken away by the court. She's found the courts to be very corrupt. Bob, you didn't read that correct. Please read again. Okay. Faye says I read something wrong. The altered the transcripts, unfortunately. Let me see what else, Faye. Yes, They're not required to appoint you to a second attorney. If you fire the first free attorney in my state, the court do not have to give you another free one. Which one am I reading wrong, Faye? Even though I was in attendance in the court lobby and the judge knew I was there, Faye further says they had my TPR court, that's the termination of parental rights, hearing with me and not being allowed to be involved. That's because they only speak to attorneys unless you're pro se. So hopefully I read that right, Faye. Okay, Santiago says consultation. Yes, that is a consultation. He will talk to you for 30 minutes. For all of you, you see that number, 888-888-6582. That's the Vincent Davis's office number. When you call in, tell him that Bob Pace sent you. When you talk to Mr. Davis, say that Bob Pace sent you. And then that is the number you call in for a consultation with Mr. Davis. It's 30 minutes for $60. Faye says, no, I was supposed to be allowed to participate in my own hearing. What happened, Faye? Why were you not allowed to participate in your own hearing? I thought only the attorney, the court-appointed attorney or attorneys you hire are the ones that the judge talks to. Welcome, Happy Feet. It's nice to see you again. Michael and Shalyn, welcome. AK Happy Feet. Here to say hello. I think you're telling me that you're having a visit. Okay, Miss Harris, are you still there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How can I help you? What questions do you have for me?
I really don't know, but I know court is tomorrow at 9:30, and I told you what they've been doing to me. They blocked me out of every court hearing.
Okay, the court tomorrow, the court hearing tomorrow, what's it about? What's it about tomorrow?
I don't know. They blocked me out of everything, so I don't know nothing about this case.
Do you have a court appointed attorney that you can talk to in the morning?
Yes, but no, he's withdrawn from the case. He never discussed the case with me, period.
Well, you have to approach the bench. You say, Your Honor, this is you. My court appointed attorney has left. I need your help, and I need 90 days to get another attorney.
She told me that after this attorney, I cannot get another one. She appointed him. I didn't even know this man.
Well, that judge, you need to tell him he left you. He unappointed himself. She has to give you an attorney.
But she started calling his name before he even knew about the case. I think the man is a fake attorney. I've seen him in a mediation Friday that we had. The man is straight Caucasian. He seems like he's an attorney. I'm not racist. I love all people. My son is white. I love my son. I had him ever since he was 4 months. He's going to be 12 on the 31st. I have never done anything wrong to my son. He bumped his head on the wall. He go in and out of mental hospitals. He has got out of there all bruised up where I'm so upset when the director tell me he done this to himself. They trying to put all of those charges on me. One day hospital in Chicago cut him. I called DCFS. They was under investigation for 3 different investigations because of hate that they got for me when I see how wrongdoing they is. I used to be on their side. I used to think DCFS help kids, but they don't, and I've seen that. So now they have hate.
Well, they don't help kids. They want to do money. Let me tell you about a good example of a CPS worker. In Prescott, Arizona, there were 8 white ladies that bought pink t-shirts, and on the front they put the stencil, "We are professional kidnappers," what they said. And on the back they said, "Do you know where your children?" And then he walked out in public in front of Costco, Target, Walmart, and it was a horror story. They were caught, they were fired, but that was 25 years experience. That is the kind of social worker you're up against. Another social worker decided to, in your state, Chicago, Illinois, on her Facebook page last month, put an ad, and the ad was "Black children for sale" from 1848. No, not today, but 1848. She put an ad, "Black children for sale." Why? And she was black. Why would a black social worker in Chicago, Illinois, put an ad, "Black children for sale"? And it was 1848, and it's year 2024. Why, I ask? Why? So I'm telling you, these social workers, the judge, all of them are all corrupt. All of them are all corrupt. Mine were corrupt. My social worker went too far, as when she was caught lying on the stand, she did a retaliation mode and had my daughter, who at age 12 didn't know what she was doing, divorce us parents, divorce her brother, divorce her grandparents, divorce her cousins, her aunts and uncles, divorce everybody, and then change her name, and then seal her birth certificate, and then on top of that, got adopted by a foster care parent who later hurt her later in life. So I'm telling you, you're dealing with animals as social workers. And foster care is bad. Now, I know that you say you were a good foster mother. There are good foster mothers. They're good social workers, but they're far and few. It's a very corrupt system. And Faye has been trying to tell that she said it was a trial hearing, and I was supposed to be in a termination of family parents' rights trial court hearing. My own attorney told me I had to be there. I was even called in the courtroom, so the judge saw everybody was there. And then Faye says he called recess before the trial ever started, and I was the only one told I had to wait in the lobby until the judge reconvened. And I was never called back into the courtroom, and they had me hearing without me. Faye, the same thing happened to me. The same thing happened to me.
That's what they did to me, sir. They had me at court. She told me to be there at 8:30. I was there at 8. She came and got me. She told me to sit in the judge court area. They was in another courtroom and never let me in. So I got rid of her. So the judge appointed me another one. She called this man's name out. This man he worse than her. He won't even go over the case with me. I might say any reason why he won't come to my house and discuss the case because he's way out in Schumberg. He won't. I told him I don't even see why you getting paid. I don't know nothing about this case. It's just not over. I work for the railroad. I pay the attorney $3,000 up front. He just said to another attorney, he had told me, I know the judge. We friends. She never done nothing to me. I never done nothing to her. So basically what he was telling me, he's not going to represent me. So I guess it's cut.
The drinks are in my refrigerator on the left-hand side by the pineapple. There's Coke and grape drinks. That's from Pastor Ed.
He accidentally texted me. This girl made good money. She worked for the railroad. She can pay with no problem. She's not a butthead. The other attorney called me a butthead. She got money and she paid. This is what he accidentally texted me. He meant to text the other attorney. So I reached out to the attorney. I waited a while. I was crying so bad. I don't know which way to turn. I've talked to Vince Davis before. He's a very calm man, but he charged a whole lot of money. I'm not rich. I'm in a band right now. I'm not rich, so I felt that I could not afford him. But I have a case that will sue the pants off these people. They took my son for no reason. I don't know what a jurisdiction is, but on the 13th of August, they having that. And I'm asking, like, do I supposed to be in that? Because I only make it to the court hearing. I'm coming to that. They say that's the day the judge make a decision if they don't have a case to return the child home or keep the child. This judge is African American. I'm not racist at all. I'm African American. She never heard my side of the story. And it's been going on for almost four months. They took my son. I'm getting to the point, my son, but it keeps hitting me. He's special needs, Caesar. He needs to. Otherwise, I will let this go. You brought this on yourself. I bought him an Apple cell phone. He get everything under the sun. They took his phone. I'm hoping my son has learned his lesson and come back home and be better for me. If he don't, then I'm going to let them go ahead on and take over because you killing me. I'm 49 years old. I've never really had gray hair, like 3 streams.
Yeah.
I have all kind of gray hair in my head now. But
Right.
trying to love the son when his own mother don't love him. I am tired.
Miss Harris, I'm going to be running out of time, and I don't want to cut the other people short. Can you call in tomorrow morning or tomorrow night and continue your? And I'd like to hear how tomorrow goes too. Can you call me tomorrow morning or tomorrow night, either at 10 o'clock or 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time?
Yes, I will hang up and call you tomorrow.
Sure. Thank you, Miss Harris, and good luck tomorrow. But here's the thing is, if you don't have a court-appointed attorney and you're pro se, you can approach the bench and say you need time in the continuance of your case to get an attorney.
Okay, I would do that. I would try tomorrow.
Okay. All right, Miss Harris. Thank you for calling in. Okay, I want to go back to bye-bye. I want to go back to Faye. Yeah, you're right. You're right about a couple things, Faye. Faye said he called to recess before that ever started. Yeah, you had to sit in the lobby. That happened to me. It's hard for people not to get emotional, Faye. I understand that. That's why I let her say what she has to say. It's all part of life being there. And so thank you, Miss Harry. I think one thing when you're talking about your case or talking to people, it's very hard, but you got to keep your emotions inside. You got to keep your emotions inside. Anyway, Faye, if you can tell me, Faye, you want to call in and talk a little bit? You want to call in, Faye, and talk a little bit? What do we have time-wise? Well, I have about 7 minutes late. I started a little bit late there, but... Oh, hello, Tees 1989. Welcome. Oh, you're in Illinois too. What is your case about, Tees? You're in Illinois. So we have a new person in the room. We have the new person in the room. Tees, I know it's a big mess. I tell you what, Tees, call in tomorrow either at 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time or 7 o'clock. You know, come on the podcast and we can talk about your case. You have more times. So I know it's been 3 years. My case has been almost 15 years. 3 of it when my children were stolen. 3 of them when my children were stolen there. I really only have about 5 more minutes left. And I wanted to, I covered rule number 1 about contacting Mr. Davis. You need an attorney that does your case. Now, a couple of rules I have Rule number 2 is the paperwork. You want to get yourself a notebook, at least 6 inches thick, and 3 rings, and you want to put all your paperwork in there. Divide them with subject dividers and organize it. And one of the most important elements of that book could be your incidents. Every incident you have related to CPS, whether it's police, children, CPS, needs to be recorded. And you need to put the date, the time, the location, and the people involved. The next line, you describe the incident. The third line, you describe the outcome. And then you skip a couple lines, do the next incident. Rule number 3. Okay, we got a call coming in. Bob.
Bob Pace?
Yes, it is.
This is Santiago.
This is who?
Santiago.
Oh, you finally figured the number out. All right.
Finally made it. Yeah.
I have about only 4 minutes, but I'll try to help you here. That's
Oh,
go ahead. I'll be on again tomorrow twice a day.
say it again?
I'll be on every day this week, twice a day.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, cool. So, can I call you tomorrow then?
Yes, you can. And that way you can talk about it.
Thank you so much. I really need some advice.
Well, this is fine. When you call in, you be live on the show. Everybody will hear you, but we'll help you. There are people in this room that will say comments to help you.
Okay, well, I mean, I already talked to an attorney for consultation that he told me to keep quiet, because of my case, but I don't know if I should talk to live.
Well, you should deal with the advice of your attorney. So if your attorney tells you to be quiet, you should be quiet.
Okay.
I don't want to work your case on because you have a hired attorney. Always listen to as a voice.
Got it. And yeah, it's just allegations of child abuse, but yeah.
I know it's hard with these allegations. I feel for you, Santiago.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling in. I'll talk to you tomorrow or the next day. All right.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. I'll see you, Santiago. That was Santiago from California that's been trying very hard. He's been on my show a couple times. He wants to talk, and I'm glad he did talk. I want to thank everybody that's been in my room tonight. Tease, I don't know where you're from, but again, you can talk tomorrow. Faye, you're from Richmond, Kentucky. Thank you very much for all your help. Miss Harris, who's from Chicago, Illinois, thank you for your case. She's got a tough one tomorrow. She's going to have to do pro se. So Miss Harris does have a really bad one there. And Happy Feet, I'm glad to hear from you. I never knew how your visit went, but Happy Feet, I think Happy Feet is from California, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see who else we have here that's new. Let me see here. Santiago. Oh, Jessica Thomason, who did a really long message. And I'm glad you called in and your case is. Please call me tomorrow. Come to my room tomorrow. Let me see here. We had Daniel Kullett. I don't know where you're from. And he thought Donald Trump was on here. Let me see. Uno Francis. If you want to get a hold of Vincent Davis, it's 888-888-6582. Call in there. He also has a podcast. You can find that and hear him, what he has to say. So I want to thank all of you for listening. God bless you. Keep fighting for your children. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. This is Bob Pace signing off. And